to pay for their crime of not helping others. Thankfully, Han's profession as a firefighter means that he'll not be judged here, but instead be allowed to move on to the next location. During the ride inside the cable car, it's revealed that the Guardians all have their memories erased except for their leader, Rim. Mac tries to stop his teammate from revealing any more about their limitations, but accidentally informs Han that his brother is in fact the vengeful spirit. Upon realizing the truth, the man's unstable psyche shakes the entire realm and breaks the cable car, nearly dropping his Guardians below. But Han is able to pull himself together in the last moment and offers to help his teammates. The three eventually arrives in the Hell of Betrayal, where a beautiful goddess judges the people who betray their loved ones by trapping them in a mirror and shattering the victims. Luckily, Han was a paragon in his lifetime and did not betray anyone, allowing him to move on safely from this location as well. At the same time, Rim is able to find the vengeful spirit in the nightclub where he's trying to kill one of the soldiers who buried him alive. The Guardian chases after Su right away, and they fight continuously in the air while flying through the city. Rim is able to capture the spirit by setting a trap and tying him onto the building using a magical rope. The Guardian tells the spirit that he needs to forgive his killers in order to be reborn, or else he'll be destroyed forever. But this only served to remind Su about how he was buried alive and betrayed by his best friends, causing him to scream in rage and break free by creating a massive shockwave. On the other side, after drinking numerous amounts of alcohol, Dong has decided to give the location of the body to Su's mother, unable to bear with the guilt any longer. The woman opens the map and finally sees the location of his youngest son, while Su watches everything from behind his mother. The vengeful spirit goes to Rim and tells the Guardian that he has decided to forgive Dawn after seeing the soldier's guilt and how the location of the body was given to the mother. Su begs the Guardian to act like a medium so that he may talk to Dawn for the last time, promising that he'll go through the trials afterwards. The spirit talks through the man and tells the soldier that he forgives him and to not waste any more new tears on something from the past. Meanwhile, Han has reached the Hell of Violence and sees a giant hole in which he must jump in order to reach the trials. The man falls into the massive opening and crashes into a giant rock, but Mac is able to catch his teammate and land beside Han. However, Han slides towards the two and knocks them over by accident, causing them to free fall once again towards the bottom of the pit. Mac rushes towards the two while Han is able to grab the girl and tries to save her from the crash just like before he died. Surprisingly, their fall is quickly stopped at the last moment after reaching the bottom. The trial of violence begins and the prosecutors accuse Han of beating up his brother in high school. This action was especially unforgivable as the young boy was suffering from malnutrition due to how poor the family was at the time. In fact, Han never sought out forgiveness after the fight as he ran off away from his family the very next day and never went home ever since. The judge decides quickly that the man is guilty of violence towards his own family and plans to send him into a pit where people are constantly hit by rocks as punishment. Seeing that Han is about to be sentenced, Chun quickly demands the judge to hold off the conviction and look at the final trial together with the current one as they're closely related. This play is very risky as it requires the Guardians to forfeit their powers in the afterlife if Han was found to be guilty on the next trial. Unfortunately, the Guardians quickly learn the truth about what happened on that night of the fight. Su woke up after seeing his brother kneeling before their mom and demands to know what Han was doing, but soon finds out that the boy was trying to kill his own mother using a pillow. Su tried to stop his brother immediately, which caused Han to eventually drop the pillow and begin punching the young boy continuously with anger. It turns out that Han felt very hopeless at the time of his life as their family was so poor and his mother was gravely ill. The only way he believed that can end their suffering was through death and nothing else. This is also why he felt extremely guilty afterwards and ran away from home, never returning to his family ever again. After hearing this, the Guardians become hopeless as they realize that there is no way they can win the trials now, especially in the final hell of filial impiety. At the same time, Rim is trying to bring Su towards his body so that the spirit can finally begin the journey towards reincarnation as well. When they arrive at the military camp, Su is surprised to see that his mother is here, begging the soldiers to bring her to her son's body. The captain of the army sees this and rushes towards the woman, ripping her sides into pieces and pushing her onto the ground, causing her to faint in the exertion. Su sees that his mother is being attacked by his killer and becomes engulfed in rage, quickly turning into the vengeful spirit spirit that he was before. He breaks free from the restraints and grabs onto the Guardian, throwing the man away using tremendous force. Su's fury becomes so intense that he turns into a giant tornado, engulfing all the soldiers in the area and opening a gateway towards the afterlife itself. The vengeful spirit tosses everything around and creating massive chaos, while Rim tries desperately to save all the people from being killed. Luckily, Mac is able to charge into the living world through the portal and launches at Su, breaking away the giant statue and stunning the enemy. Rim takes the chance and charges in as well, capturing Su using a magical rope and finally putting a stop to the rampage. Meanwhile, the trial of Han begins at the other end as King Yomra himself decides to be the judge for the case. The deity charges the man with attempting to murder his own mother and beating his brother in such a desperate time. The king also reveals that Han's mother actually knew about her son's attempt to kill her, but remained silent and kept all this tragedy inside her heart, which makes the man's crime even worse. The deity concludes that Han will be punished forever in this hell as he tried to commit the worst thing possible of killing the one who gave him life. Suddenly, the entire realm begins shaking as a voice begins speaking to Han's mother. It turns out that Rim has used his power to allow Su to speak to his mother in a dream, and the son apologizes for his brother. Su tells the woman that Han has worked non-stop for 15 years in order to support them ever since that night after feeling guilty for what he did. Surprisingly, the mother reveals that she has forgiven her son a long time ago and apologizes herself for not being able to provide for her children. Han hears this and falls into tears, while the king himself has been moved by their display of family. The deity decides that he can no longer charge Han for his crimes, as the victim has forgave him a long time ago, thus allowing the man to be reincarnated. Han hears this and bows towards Chun, thanking the guardians for helping him through the journey, before disappearing into the bright lights. Back in the mortal realm, Rim has decided to bring Su as their 49th reincarnation, planning to achieve their deal for the king so that they can be reborn as well. The group arrives inside the hell of filial impiety in front of numerous demons and charges towards the enemies in order to open a way to the king of hell himself. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my video, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.